Yo there guys, this is Cob, and in this video I'm going to be talking over a couple of BG clips. They are both of me fighting solo against a few players at a time. Some of these players are inexperienced in PvP and others just lack gear. It's not uncommon in Battlegrounds to face some players like this, but this video is going to be focused on what exactly I'm doing in every situation to increase my chances of survival and to deal the biggest damage. So this first clip is going to start out just as a 1v1. I knock the DK back with my Whiplash, and once he death grips, I notice he doesn't have the DK full set bonus, which allows him to double grip for a few seconds after his first death grip. So as a result, I'm able to port away as soon as he pops his first AMS. I then hit Blood Horror to keep him off me even more after his AMS has ended. I know that if I used Blood Horror while he was in his AMS, he would just immune the horror effect, so I'm in a great position now. The DK is low on cooldowns, and a pretty clear gear difference is going to make this fight pretty quick. And one thing to notice is how I make an effort to end his existence with a Shadow Burn, as that's going to arm me with a tasty amount of embers to head up to the lumber mill with. Upon reaching the top, I see that this shaman isn't alone, so I set this mage to my focus target and throw a pet seduce on him right away. Now with any 2v1 or more, you need to take kills quickly, or else you're going to find yourself buried alive beneath an ocean of cooldowns. Remember that in a 2v1, for every one cooldown that you have, your opponents roughly have 2, so you really need to make yours count. So I'm going to pop a really early Dark Soul here with an unending resolve so I can't be interrupted, and then I put a Havoc on the mage and start casting a Chaos Bolt. I probably should have Shadow Fury the Shaman here just to make sure that he wouldn't ground, which he definitely should have, but the damage is going to land regardless. The Shaman then tries to heal, so I knock him down the slope just to interrupt that, and then I Shadow Fury him to finish him off. In the meantime, the mage ice blocked another pet seduce to try and peel for this shaman, but he still goes down. Now another mage joins the fight, and the shaman actually used reincarnation behind me, which I was a little bit too blind to notice right away. But anyways, I have 4 embers built, so I use a couple of those just for some healing. So I turn back to the shaman here, and this is a good time to use either the current or old Archimonde's Vengeance, just depending on what time you are watching this video. I have my heals popped, I'm taking damage that I can't really avoid, so now is a great time to just soak a bit of damage and have it reflect on the shaman. I probably should have used it a little bit earlier, but it gets him down to Shadow Burn range, and I managed to get him down from here. I'm worried this mage might just try and run away now, so I Whiplash behind him to knock him towards me. His counterspell is back really soon, so as soon as it comes back, I land a pet seduce before trying to cast, so I don't get caught mid-cast, and this forces an ice block. Now I try and do a similar thing here. I try and time my pet seduce to land just as he comes out of his ice block, but he manages to get off his sneaky ass counterspell. So I back off a little bit here. There's really no need in me staying in while I'm locked out of school. Then I see he has no ice block, trinket or counterspell, so as soon as I come out of this lockout, he should go down pretty easy. In hindsight, I should have dropped a rain of fire on his mirror images here, as it generates a crazy amount of burning embers. Now once this guy gets near execute range, I lob a Havoc onto Molly the mage, so that when I Shadow Burn this guy, it duplicates, critting for over 150k on the Havoc target. Then I instantly open my guild tab for no reason, and unfortunately for me, Warlock the DK has returned with a vengeance. He wants my blood. Now I'm heavily outnumbered, and I have no offensive or defensive cooldowns to do anything about it but try and run away. So I hop onto my engineering hand glider here, spamming my embers for heals, but Warlock ain't gonna let me escape so easily, so I rocket boots now. Even portal further down the hill to range them a bit. I hit both Sacrificial Pact and Twilight Ward to absorb their dots, and thankfully I'm able to mount up soon after and escape. This next encounter is a 2v1. Again, I'm going to point out some mistakes here, as I really don't have the best start. It's against a Disc Priest and a Windwalker Monk, and the first thing I noticed is that these guys don't have their trinkets. They've just come out of a fight at the stables. And now immediately comes my bad opener. I should have set a Demonic Circle way earlier than this, because I set it up too late. I get stunned and rooted while I'm still right next to it, and this means it's about as useful for kiting as mage food. So not a good start here. I'm forced to pop Unending Resolve and sack Pact just to avoid dropping in this very first Fists of Fury stun. Out of the stun, I'm feed away from my portal, so I just take it. Then I throw a tailoring net onto the monk just to help out with kiting him a little bit. I pet seduce him out of that net, and now I know I have to kill the priest, so I lock him out with a Service Fell Hunter because he's just chaining and heals here. and with a Shadow Fury out of that I have time to chain Curse Bolts into him. I guess he didn't want to use Pain Suppression in a 2v1 situation, and as a result I'm gonna have time to build up an Ember here so I can Shadow Burn him to finish him off. Notice also that the monk used Nimble Brew to break a Blood Horror, so I know I can control him pretty well now. Now as soon as the priest goes down I start waddling back towards my portal, I pet seduce the monk, and then I'm going to knock him down the slope. I'm mainly just looking to kite here, my heals are coming off cooldown very soon, so I just want to basically live until then. Monks have epic mobility though, and Selenonator is back on me, which has me a little bit worried. He roots me and then puts me right into a Fists of Fury stun. Now I would almost never recommend trinketing a Fists of Fury stun because you'll almost always be stunned instantly out of it, so it's a tad bit pointless. But if I had sat this stun, I'm pretty certain I would have dropped into Touch of Death range, so I actually trinket just to hit my heals instantly. I get stunned right away again of course, but doing this keeps me on high enough health to avoid just dying right here to a Touch of Death. Now out of this I know he has no trinket or Nimble Brew, so I'm going to keep him locked down with Pet Seduction and Shadow Fury while I burst, so he can't pop his Touch of Karma on me. So we had quite a bad start there to be honest, but I think we pulled it back pretty well. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and the kind of thought processes I have in encounters like these. As always, thank you so much for watching and have a great day.